news around the world today.
Some wisdom skills along the way.
Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's Good Morning
Bay.
Good morning, Bay. आप सभी लोग हमारी तरफ से एक प्यार भरा नमस्ते,
Namaskar.
वनकम,
Namaskara.
खुश आमदीद,
Assalamu alaikum.
सत श्री अकाल,
మీకు అందరికి వందనము.
जय स्वामी नारायण,
जय श्री कृष्ण.
जय जिनेंद्र।
हमारे स्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोल दे या अली मदद.
मोनाली मदद बोलते हुए सारे फीजी हम बदलों को बोलेंगे नीसा बुला बलजन। हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारे मैं से फालतू बाबा।
And of course myself Altu Rani लेकर आपके लिए एक और drive time that's going to make it totally exciting and totally मस्तानी बंधु जाने.
Good Banjan, of course, let me tell you one thing, Banjan. Of course, this is the Good Morning Bay, and we come to you every Monday through Friday right here on your favorite network, Radio Hotties, airing live and local on Radio Mirchi, 1310 AM. And in some parts of the Bay, that's like Oakland and other places, Banjan, you can listen to us on 92.9 FM as well, Banjan. And aapko bolde ki we actually go streaming live on every morning right here from our studios in San Jose. You can get us on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Hotties. And also we have a YouTube channel which you can just catch up later on. So why I share that with you is because in case you miss out some of the news items we share with you guys on air, or some of the stories we share with you guys on air, or some of the jokes we crack on air. But there you go, catching up on our on-demand platform, which is of course YouTube. Thanks to YouTube and Google for keeping it alive for us, Banjam. And that's available. You can go check out Radio Day Hotties for sure. लेकिन अभी के लिए मुझे मालूम है आप लोग probably घर पे हैं, सोच रहे हैं रास्ते पे क्या हो सकता है. I know, Bajan. I have the same feeling always. So here you go, Bajan. I'm going to be sharing with you right now what's going to happen on the road in the Bay Area. Now, it could be something happening wherever you are because we do know that we have a global presence. So if at all I miss out any particular place we're supposed to be talking about and I don't, and you want to share about it, you can give us a call here. Number to call is right there, 408-912-2479. Again, 408-912-2479. अभी के लिए Bay Area का रास्ते का हाल आपको देंगे हम लोग टोटल सस्ते में.
It's time for the Bandu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
You know, Father, sometimes everything is so thing, and there's a phrase which we have heard, right, like an adage called as sticking out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Okay, there's something sticking out as a sore thumb on the map right now, Bajan. When I talk about that, there's an accident with injuries on 580 westbound east of 24 in Oakland.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no other incidents anywhere. It is the only one I'm seeing right now. It seems to be pretty severe. It's been on for almost 15 minutes right now. CHP is on the scene trying to get to this thing. There are injuries involved in that thing, so watch out if you go in there. There's a backup which almost is like 2 exits. This is going towards this is westbound 580. So in other words, if you're going towards Tracy and other places, so watch out for that. Drive very carefully, Manajan. And right now, Manajan, that was a traffic update. Weather update क्या बताऊँ मैं आपको? मैंने बताया था कि it'll be sunny, right? It's going to be sunny all through the weekend, Fatwani. Today, tomorrow, and the day after.
Woohoo!
Yeah, and also it goes further into Monday as well. Monday, there's no more blues, but it's going to be blue skies on Mondays.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited because I'm tired of the gloomy weather.
Oh, really?
I like it cold, but I want the sun out.
Hold on, somebody wanted snow.
No,
Make up
but
your mind, Father.
Snow is fine, but I don't like gray
You cannot have
skies.
snow without gloom.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Snow, it's white everywhere. Woohoo!
I'm sorry. You know how bad it is? You could go blind with snow, right? You know that?
No.
You know that? Did you know
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I heard.
You've heard of it, right? All the stories. And I sometimes, I feel when there's too much of snow, it kind of puts you in that. I think it's partly because of the hypothermia which you feel and your brain suddenly goes into a shutdown mode. Like, we tend to hibernate when it's cold.
Huh.
Did you know that?
We tend to sleep?
Hibernate.
Yeah.
As in, the body is trying to conserve energy.
Yeah.
So it's not sleep, by the way. Don't misunderstand. By the way, I love sleep. Sleep is a very useful tool for our body to recuperate. And if we don't know about that, I'll tell you why. It's important for us to rebuild ourselves. And the only time our body gets time to rebuild, why our body, even our brain, starting from our gut all the way to what's in the head up there, right? This is actually the way they build themselves, right? It fixes themselves. It may be the processing of the chemical balancing, whatever happens. So get sleep. Try to get as much sleep as possible. They say beauty sleep is 8 hours fast running. The science is saying that 6 hours of REM sleep with at least around maximum number of REM sleep in 6 hours also is sufficient.
Wow.
And they say even if you sleep for have you heard of power naps?
Yes.
Now, power naps, Banjan, I don't know if how many heard. How long do you think a power nap should last, Faltwani?
15 minutes.
Yeah, no, actually 15 minutes is good, but not many people can actually catch a 15-minute power nap. What is scientifically it is proved that your brain feels refreshed.
Wow.
The magic number is 9.
Wow.
When I say that, I'm talking of 45 minutes. 45 minutes is a power nap.
Yes.
So in other words, if you go beyond 45 minutes, you might feel groggy.
And you actually guilt trip me for trying to take a power nap for 45 minutes, half an hour. You said no, 20 minutes. Yeah,
I've never said 20 minutes, Faltwani. I've always said have a power nap of 45 minutes, I've said. But if you can get a shut eye for 10 minutes, like a cat nap, why not do it? My dogs do it always. I think I stress them out too much, by the way. But the point is, I was just talking about the fact if you want to
no,
take
but Jan, he didn't say you're like his dogs. He didn't say that.
I stressed them out. Oh, I know what you did there.
Yeah.
No, bad taste.
Yeah.
Hey, but it happens early morning. Faltwani, it's like, when you start an engine which has got diesel in it, it's go that's what happens right now, Faltwani. But after flow, she actually gives you all kinds of information which you need, right, Faltwani? That way she's very nice.
Right.
But Faltwani, I was going to go to Gane Kida, but I decided no. Let's go see what's the news. Do you want to talk about news or you want to go to Gane Kida? I leave it up to you.
We can go to the news too, Altu Baba.
News 2 or Gane Ka Kida?
Well, news. If you want, it's your call. You want to give us like 1 minute of a Gane Ka Kida and then we can go to the news.
Okay.
So our bandhus have some music at least.
Sure, I would love to do that. You know why? I'm going to play a nice song for you guys.
Okay.
And this actually is a very interesting song which is part of our Hatke presentation yesterday. But did not get, we have a ton of songs we want to present together, but sometimes we don't get that enough time in 2 hours, right? So we actually keep some for the back, for some of the show and everything. But it actually falls in the category. Have you heard of this movie? You must have heard of the movie Tare Zameen Par, correct?
Yeah.
Now, Tare Zameen Par, people know about 1 song, 2 songs. And actually, Tare Zameen Par music direction was
who? Shankar Ehsaan Loy.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So all the songs of Tare Zameen Par have been
super duper songs.
Wonderful songs, actually.
Right.
And but again, only 1 or 2 songs get the limelight generally of movies because that's where the money is flown into, right? But here's a beautiful song, Faltwani. This song I like because this is Prasun Joshi's lyrics.
Oh wow!
It talks about the contrast of life. Of somebody who's neurodiverse, somebody neurotypical.
Wow, really?
Yes. And this is this is a song I want to play for everybody out there. I'll play for a minute. You can get the gist of a song anyways in a minute's time. But here you go. This is what I really feel they did right with the movie.
कसके जूता कसके बेल्ट खोस के अंदर अपनी शर्ट मंजिल को चली सवारी कंधों पे जिम्मेदारी.
Typically how it works. The rush.
हाथ में फाइल मन में दम मीलों मील चलेंगे हम हर मुश्किल से टकराएंगे टस से मस ना होंगे हम दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो.
That's why दुनिया का नारा है जमे रहो. Keep doing. They keep on walking. They say the pressure that you got to follow a system and you got to be in that system, all the stuff, right? Yeah.
जमे रहो. ये सोते भी है टेंशन आगे रहने की है टेंशन मेहनत इनको प्यारी है एकदम आज्ञाकारी है.
Yeah, but Jan, don't you see? You're relating to already, right?
ये ऑमलेट पर ही जीते हैं ये टॉनिक सारे पीते हैं वक्त पे सोते वक्त पे खाते तान के सीना बढ़ते जाते. दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो. दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो.
And of course, Bachchan, right now the contrast is how it was in the world like mine.
Yeah.
My diverse world is something like this.
यहाँ अलग अंदाज है जैसे छिड़ता कोई साज है हर काम को टाला करते हैं ये सपने पाला करते हैं. ये हरदम सोचा करते हैं ये खुद से पूछा करते हैं क्यों दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो क्यों मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो क्यों दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो क्यों मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो. ये वक्त के कभी गुलाम नहीं, इन्हें किसी बात का ध्यान नहीं, तितली से मिलने जाते हैं, ये पेड़ों से बतियाते हैं।
आपका बजान ये गाना और बजेगा आपके लिए. This is called जमे रहो with the movie तारे ज़मीन पर. क्या मस्त लगा था नहीं? जमे रहो. Right?
Yeah.
And of course, Badiyan, right now it's time for us to go and take a look at what's happening with the news for you guys. हाँ याद है आप सब लोग ना same time जमे रहो और वो न्यूज़ का तो लीजिएगा बदियान न्यूज़ सुनिएगा. क्या हुआ? न्यूज़ कहाँ गया?
आ रहा क्या है रैंडम फेलो, इतना मेरे को टेंशन देता है आलतू बाबा.
मैं टेंशन देता हूँ. वाह,
हाँ.
न्यूज़ देने वाले आप हो, टेंशन देने वाले आप हो, अब बिल मेरे फाड़ रहे हो. वेरी गुड.
वेल आलतू, मैं बस ये बताना चाहती थी कि कहाँ गया यार मेरा न्यूज़. ओके, तुम ट्रैफिक के बारे में बात कर रहे थे, राइट आलतू बाबा?
Yeah.
There's traffic that you talk about,
Yeah.
and today you talked about an anomaly in the traffic, and I'm going to tell you that there's more traffic.
What?
And you said it's all over the world.
What?
In Japan, about 1,000 motorists, were stranded. Motorists were stranded in a snowstorm that blew in, stranding them overnight in a 9-mile backup.
Oh my God, उतना तो उनका
In
island
the
है.
cold, can you believe it?
Hey, उनका island ही 9 mile है.
Exactly. So it's almost like they're constantly being like backed up. And poor
Hey, for
things
them it's
overnight.
okay. They have vending machines everywhere and they just got to sit in the car, turn the heater on and sit there.
Okay, whatever. I just wanted to establish that there's traffic everywhere, Banijan.
That's not everywhere, it's only Japan. And Japan 9 miles everywhere actually.
Okay, so let's go to coronavirus. Let's talk about something Altu Baba's favorite topic.
Yeah.
The FDA is on its way to granting emergency use authorization to Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine after the agency's advisors voted yesterday to recommend it. If it's authorized, officials expect nearly 8 million more vaccine doses will reach the US states by next week. Vice President Mike Pence is, like we said yesterday, is going to be getting the first shot, and other countries also getting ready for their own vaccine rollouts. India is preparing task forces in anticipation of an emergency use authorization for at least one vaccine candidate, and the government has come out and said that they're not going to make it mandatory. It is something that is voluntary for people to take in India, and they are establishing task forces there. South Korea plans to vaccinate more than 80% of its population, about 44 million people by next November. Meanwhile, Germany and Japan have reported new record case numbers, and in the US, COVID-19 deaths have already topped 40,000 this month. And this unrelenting US coronavirus surge has pushed besieged hospitals further to the brink as United States presses on with its immunization rollout this week, Banajan, and has prepared to ship nearly 6 million doses of a new vaccine on the cusp of winning regulatory control.
Let me remind you, we still are in the purple zone over here in the Bay Area, and it's not looking good. California as a whole, actually the number of deaths related to coronavirus had went up by 2%.
Right.
From the previous day. This data I'm sharing with you is from yesterday, it's December 17th. Compared to December 16th, there's 2% increase in the deaths.
Right. We also have been talking about the nor'easter, right, Banajan? This winter storm piled record-breaking amounts of snow onto parts of the U.S. Northeast yesterday and wreaked havoc throughout the region, killing at least 4 people in traffic crashes and hobbling travel. The first major snowstorm of the season, which is expected to move out to sea by Thursday evening, prompted officials to urge the region's 50 million residents to stay home. Given the heavy snow and difficult travel conditions, drivers are encouraged to stay off the road if they can during the storm, Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker said on Twitter. 2 people killed in a storm-related pileup of 30 to 60 cars on Interstate 80 in Pennsylvania on a Wednesday. New York State troopers reported 600 crashes and 2 fatalities on Thursday. This nor'easter, which is delivering freezing rain and wintry mix to some mid-Atlantic states on Wednesday, unleashed the most snow on an inland swath from north-central Pennsylvania through the southern parts of New Hampshire. While all this is going on, Banijan, the US Congress looked increasingly unlikely today to meet a deadline to agree on the $900 billion in fresh COVID-19 aid, and instead may pass a third stopgap spending bill to keep the government from shutting down at midnight. After months of partisan finger pointing and inaction, Republicans and Democrats have been negotiating intensely this week on what is expected to be the biggest package since spring to provide relief to a country struggling with a pandemic that is killing over 3,000 people a day. They've reported progress, but there have been enough differences still in play as of late last night that the talks look likely to stretch into the weekend. This would force Congress to pass a stopgap spending bill known as a continuing resolution, or what you call CR, Bandhajan, to keep the government operating for a few days after current funding expires at midnight. In the meanwhile, a U.S. High Court, actually the U.S. Supreme Court on Thursday rejected a religious school in Kentucky that is challenging the state's decision to limit in-school instruction as part of its response to the COVID-19 pandemic. The action by the justices is a loss for Danville Christian Academy. The school said the order violated its religious rights under the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which guarantees the free exercise of religion. The justices, in a brief order, said that the school closing order effectively expires this week or shortly thereafter, and there is no indication that it will be renewed, but indicated that the school could renew its legal challenge if another closure is announced in the new year. So, two conservative justices, Samuel Alito and Neil Gorsuch, dissented from the court's decision. I would not leave in place yet another potentially unconstitutional decree, even for a few weeks, Gorsuch wrote. So, this is, in a way, a win for the state of Kentucky, but at the same time, it was on a mere technicality, which is the fact that there's just less than a week left of the school closure. In the meanwhile, the U.S. Supreme Court sided with President Donald Trump's administration. That's right, they threw out a lawsuit seeking to block President Donald Trump's plan to exclude immigrants living illegally in the United States from the population count used to allocate congressional districts to states. The 6-3 ruling on ideological lines, with the court's 6 conservative justices in the majority and 3 dissenting liberals, gives Trump a short-term victory as he pursues his hardline policies towards immigration in the final weeks of his presidency. You know what that means, Altu? If they're not going to count the number of people who are undocumented and who are living illegally here, they're going to drop the congressional districts based on the only the people who they believe are the documented immigrants in this country. So they're not taking, like, let's say in parts of Arizona and in some sanctuary cities, even in California, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of undocumented people living here. Their rights and their needs also need to be represented. So
this
Trump
is a humanitarian thing. So that's to have, oh my God, civil rights. Where's the movement? Mm-hmm. Where's ACLA?
ACLU.
ACLU.
Yeah.
But LA is different, right?
Oh God.
UCLA, sorry.
Well, anyway, let's tell you that the Trump administration is battling against the clock to follow through on the vaguely defined proposal before President-elect Joe Biden takes office on Jan 20th. The justices left open the possibility of fresh litigation if Trump's administration completes its plan. The unsigned decision said that the judicial resolution of this dispute is premature, in part because it is not clear about what the Trump administration really wants to do. So if you want to catch up on that story too, Bandhajan, you can go to mediamahima.com. So in the Georgia Senate now, as everybody's eyes are turning to President-elect Joe Biden and his cabinet appointments, and he has made some, oh my God, landmark decisions. The first Native American woman, in fact, was it Debbie Hall? She actually, right, Altu Baba, was homeless and was a single mom also, it seems, at one point. Mm-hmm. She's now his Secretary of the Interior. Mm-hmm. The first openly gay cabinet appointment, the youngest transportation secretary, and so many different things. And he's appointed so many women to the cabinet as well, cabinet positions. But all this hinges upon whether the Democrats secure a majority in the Senate.
They already will. They are going to get it.
We don't know yet because
Why?
it depends on the Georgia U.S. Senate runoffs, right? You never know what's going to happen. But let me give you an update as to what's going on there. More than 1.1 million Georgians have voted in twin U.S. Senate runoffs that will determine which party controls that chamber of Congress, and with it, the fate of much of Democratic President-elect Joe Biden's agenda, the state data showed on Friday. The surge in turnout after 4 days of early in-person voting and about 4 weeks of mail-in voting showed that voter participation in the two races is on pace to rival the record set in November presidential contest, in which Biden defeated Republican incumbent Donald Trump not once, not twice, but thrice in the state of Georgia.
Wow!
Yeah, 3 times, Manajan. They went to a recount, they went to a manual recount, then they went to another recount. So it's like, oh wow.
Who pays for all this?
Well, whoever's demanding the recount.
Well, send it to
A lot of
his
times.
personal account. Please don't put it on a bill. I really would call out over here. Anybody listening to us right now want to take out an initiative and want to champion it, please tell that the money should not go out of GOP's funds or, for the matter, people's money. It should go out of his personal expense, personal accounts.
Yeah. Well, here is what is happening, Altababa. Voting in the Senate runoffs, why this went off to a runoff was because no candidate won more than 50% of the support in November 3rd.
Yeah.
So this voting ends as of Jan 5th, and state data published on Friday showed the number of accepted ballots was just below the level seen at the same point in early voting for November's early elections. And then there's, I want to give you an update on the Black Lives Matter movement, Panajan. There has been a city investigation that was conducted in the city of New York. The New York Police Department used excessive force during the wave of protests across the city this summer against police brutality and racism, according to a report published on Friday morning by New York City's Department of Investigation. Mayor Bill de Blasio asked for the investigation in May as social media became deluged with cell phone videos showing police officers dousing protesters, elected officials, and journalists with chemical irritants, shoving and hitting them while they struggled on the ground, and in one instance driving police vehicles into them. The report said that NYPD's response was excessive in part because most police officers involved had not received relevant training in policing protests. So more on that report you can find on MediaMahima.com. In some tech news, Banjan, the United States has added dozens of Chinese companies, including the country's top chip maker SMIC and Chinese drone manufacturer DJI Technology Company Limited, to a trade blacklist on Friday as President Donald Trump's administration ramps up pressure on China in his final weeks in office. Get ready because WhatsApp voice and video calls are going to come to your desktops starting next year. It's not reliant only on your mobile phones, but it's also going to be on your desktops.
Trying to beat out Zoom.
Yes, and of course, Manijan, suspected Russian hackers accessed the systems of a U.S. internet provider and a county government in Arizona as part of a sprawling cyber espionage campaign disclosed this week. According to analysis of publicly available web records, this hack, which hijacked ubiquitous network management software made by SolarWinds Corp to compromise a raft of U.S. government agencies, and was first reported by Reuters as one of the biggest ever uncovered, and has sent security teams around the world scrambling to contain this damage. But the U.S. lawmakers are saying that the Trump administration is being mum about it. They're not giving much details about this particular hack, which is supposed to be a very serious hack on our administration. Also, in Wall Street, the stimulus rally has cooled off and things are not looking so great, but Tesla has recorded major highs today. And in updates from farmers' protests in India, Bandajan, Agriculture Minister Tomar says informal talks are on right now and they are hopeful of reaching a solution before the year ends. And in the LAC standoff, India and China again resume diplomatic talks, agree to work towards complete disengagement at the earliest. And in some entertainment news from India, the dance choreographer and Bollywood director Remo D'Souza, who was admitted to Kokilaben Hospital after suffering a heart attack a few days ago, has now been discharged. And his wife Lizelle said that they are back home right now and he he is recovering. So that's all we have for you on this morning's Good Morning Bay, and we're going to leave you with this final iteration of the Gane Ka Keeda, right, Altu?
Yep.
All right, enjoy Banajan. We'll see you tonight live at 5 on the Pam Pam Show. Happy Friday!
बस पे ये कलाकारियां करते हैं क्यों दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो क्यों मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो क्यों दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो क्यों मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो क्यों दुनिया का नारा
Maza aa raha hai na? Great music, Banajan, for the best in entertainment and the best in music and the hottest tracks ever. You can get it on Radio D Hotties. For more